we are live on Twitch, and today we are going to build a villains Pokemon Showdown team, which basically just means we're going to use a lot of dark types and poison types. But every Pokemon should look like it'll be on a villains team. So starting off, immediately, we are going to do Grimmsnarl. No shiny, it looks more evil when it's shiny, right? It is going to be a support set because, villains love to mess with you, make things difficult for you. So it is going to be the screens with Reflect, Light Screen. What is that move called that it's got? Spirit Break. And what should its last move be? I always forget what its last move should be. Thunder Wave for paralysis. Full HP with split in defenses as best as I can do quickly. There we go. We'll go ahead and make it an Adamant Nature, just give it a little bit of an attack boost. And that will be our first Pokemon. This will be in probably the UU tier, but we'll go off of like how it looks afterwards. Crocodile. Crocodile looks pretty evil, I'd say. We are going to do a Choice Scarf set. We need something offensive, for sure, to pair with that. This guy will be kind of a cleanup mon, though. So, like, he's going to come in at the end, hopefully, would be the idea. What should his last move be, though? Close combat, why not? Full attack, full speed. And we are going to go with the Jolly Nature. Now, what else do we have that looks like it'd be an evil person's? Like a standard Pokemon villains kind of team, you know? Scolipede could be a bring, because, poison type means villain, unfortunately. I love me some poison types, favorite type, but it is generally associated with villains. So, Megahorn, Poison Jab, and Earthquake. Full attack, once again, full speed. Really want to benefit from that speed boost, so on this kind of Pokemon, Adamant is probably okay. Alright, so from there, Villain. Gotta find ourselves some Villain Mons. We should try to find some, like, stereotypical villain ones, like, that were actually used, you know? Hmm. Let's see, what were some ones that were used by the villains, right? We gotta think about it that way. What ones do, like... What it gets us and, like, N use? Oh no, we've got some Gen 5 ones. Maybe go with some earlier ones. Okay, Cyrus used like a Weavile, so we can work with that. And it gives us a second Swords Dance Mon to use under the screens. And it hits different things offensively this way too, which is pretty nice. Knockoff and probably Ice Shard just in case there's a scenario where having that priority is pretty clutch. We might just put a focus sash on this one, just to be safe. Give us scenarios we can work with. Now we need some bulk. Like, what's something bulky they might have used on a villain's team before? Man, looking through these, I'm not really sure what all we've got to use. I don't know if anyone used a Drapion. Oh, hey, didn't Rose use a Caparaja? We could do Caparaja. Sheer Force Caparaja sounds kind of neat. It's got a huge attack stat, too. So full HP, full attack. We're going to do Assault Vest. So not only will it be pretty bulky already on the special side, but Reflect will make it even bulkier. And then we got to see what it can benefit from with Sheer Power. Sheer Power, Sheer Force. So Iron Head's a great one. Can also Rock Slide might be the best one just because like you don't get any benefit from high horsepower because there's no additional effect. So we might go with Rock Slide. Can't use Superpower because that's a cost and that doesn't count. Zen Headbutt in case they go into a fighting type could be pretty neat. And then Power Whip has no additional effect, unfortunately, but kind of wish we had something for the ground types. Like if Power Whip was Sheer Force boosted, that'd be really nice, but we'll stick with this. And that will be the fact that Rose had it. So we got Rose and Cyrus there. Some people, I've heard it like Rose, which kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I've always called it Rose. And maybe we'll go the Galar Moltres. It looks like an evil Mon. But we got Rose and Cyrus. Who else could there be? Hmm. See, I don't want to use Camerupt or Sharpedo, really. I don't think either of them are that good. Giovanni used a lot of ground types, so I don't think that really helps us. And use Zoroark. Actually, you know what? We will use Guzma's. Golisopod. Why not? This will be a Choice Banded, Emergency Exit, First Impression, Liquidation, Choice Banded Aqua Jet could be clutch, and then Leech Life in case we decide we want to be able to stay in for longer. But that gives us 2 priority stab moves as well as normal stab moves if we think we're going to stay in. And this thing will benefit from screens for sure. Plus, Choice Band First Impression, then Emergency Exit come back in, Choice Band First Impression could be pretty powerful. So that's the team we're going to rock with. And we're going to get right into it. That we ended up doing a UU team, I do believe. Let me just make sure it is valid. Weavile is UUBL, which is banned. Okay. So what do we do about that? Do we move it up a tier? Is that what we do? OU? Team is valid for OU. Okay. So Gen 8 OU. There we go. And that will get us started there. Oh, okay. Welcome to the stream, Rayquaza. Thank you, and no problem. Okay, so this is a bit of a team for us to match up against right away. They're probably gonna lead Landorus. I just lead the Grimmsnarl. Think that's just a safe bet. I'm not really sure what's gonna be my best sweeper here, but we're gonna. They could go for Light Screen. I probably should put Taunt on this instead. It went for the Moonblast, interestingly. So I'll get up both Light Screen and Reflect, and he KOs me, which kind of works out great for me, because I'll just go Scolipede. I'll Swords Dance. And we'll see what he does. He could just switch Landorus. Do I want to predict the Landorus switch actually and go Weavile? No, because I'll get intimidated, and that doesn't help me. They go the Swampert. That's actually not too bad for me, because I can click Megahorn, which Oko's. Nice. So one thing that already had me worried is gone. That's good. They probably go Landorus here. That would be my guess. And what I'm tempted to do when they go Landorus is I will let Sculpey go down, then go Golisopod. They go Buzzwole, which is surprising to me. I think Megahorn is resisted, but Poison Jab won't be. Does over half, that's good. Goes for a Stone Edge and misses. Unfortunate for them. That means Scolipede has taken out 2 Pokemon already. Proven why it should be on this team. They seem to be taking a while to decide on this one. I don't know if they're trying to decide what to do. They go Rabombi. It's weird to me how they have not went Landorus unless they think they need to preserve it. Like, if they think that's their win con, maybe they're just trying to preserve it. But the fact that they haven't gone it yet is very weird to me. Instead, they go Tapu Koko, which is not going to like a Poison Jab. Yep. They might just be stalling out the screens to try and win with Landorus. They do go Landorus now. There's one turn of Reflect left. They did take me down to a 1.5 attack as well. I'm going to click Megahorn. No reason to risk anything. Earthquake does KO. Reflect is up, but no Stealth Rocks are there. So I can just go Weavile, click Ice Shard, still have my Sash, and be in a really good spot. That crit did not matter. If he was a berry, that crit would have mattered, but... Alright, so I think we win this no matter what now, so I just click Icicle Crash. So no contact move. He roosts. I'm going to Swords Dance this time. He Drain Punches, that's fine. As long as I keep him weak enough that something else can come in and take him out, I'm not worried. We do get the flinch as well. Unfortunate for him. We've definitely had luck on our side this battle. Goes Cinderace. That does over half, 370. He probably does outspeed us. So I just click Ice Shard. Oh, he's got the Sucker Punch as well. Well, I go Golisopod and click First Impression. Choice Banded First Impression. Buzzful does not want to take this either. Buzzful won't enjoy it. Cinderace will go down because it's dark. Crocodile might win the game for me at this point just with Rock Slide. Because the fact that he has Sucker Punch means he's not like scarfed or anything, so. First Impression brings down the Cinderace. Now, I feel like this could actually be pretty helpful against this Buzzful, so I'm going to switch to Caparaja just to try and ensure our victory. He roosts, that's fine. I click Zen Headbutt, because Sheer Force should make this do a good amount of damage. And he goes first, so the health boost doesn't really matter too much there. Okay, now I can go Golisopod, where I click Liquidation. We should be able to win this, but Buzzwole is bulky, so I don't want to count it out just yet. That does not do a whole lot, but we get a defense boost. Defense drop, which is very, very clutch for us. He gets a crit Stone Edge. So we are switching into Crocodile. Now the key thing here is if we can get it really weak, then First Impression will KO because it's priority. I think I go Rock Slide. It's no contact. Has a chance to flinch like so. He's gonna roost for sure. Oh, another flinch means we win. And that is that. Very unlucky game for the opponent there. But it does bring us up to a 1259 rating. I did not realize we were that high in this tier. But the more I was looking at that, I actually think we should go to Battle Stadium Singles, as long as it's valid. Because I think this team will benefit more there. Okay, so Weavile can't have knockoff this way, but that's fine. We'll just go Night Slash. Alright, so just check the chat and stuff while we wait. Overall, the team hasn't done too bad so far. Caparaja hasn't really shown me anything yet, but okay. So, Hippowdon could be a lead. Darmanitan could be a lead. I think no matter what, I go Grimmsnarl. And then he probably brings the Tapu Fini, just because Scolpede's my only answer for that. And then Arctozolt could be a problem, so I actually do want to bring Crocodile as well. They lead the Tapu Fini. Smart, because I can't Thunder Wave them. We're going to see what they want to do. They Moonblast, which I don't know how offensive that is with how much damage it did. They just go straight up for trying to get KO there, which lets me immediately go into Scolpede and click Swords Dance. Goes for the Ice Beam. Does not do much at all. I'm feeling a little greedy here. I'm going to go for another Swords Dance. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Can't get burned. All right, we definitely KO with Poison Jab. If he brings in the Arctozolt, we've got ×2 speed and Earthquake. Brings in the Hippowdon. Okay, so we know 2 of them. And with these 2, his last one is probably Dracozolt or Dracovish. Either way, Crocodile should be fine, I think. I'm going to Dynamax so I don't miss and click the Max Flutterby. And we just KO. Nice. So he's probably going to Dynamax his last one. Whatever it happens to be. If he led one of the Zolts, he forfeits. Because when he Dynamaxes, he'd lose a Scarf if he was running Scarf on them. So we pick up a win there. Doing pretty good so far with the villain team. And then this is a grass-heavy team. Scolipede once again looks really good. Grimmsnarl leads, Scolipede in the back. With as many grass types as there are, I think Golisopod could be clutch with first impression. Leads the Delibird. I wonder what they are doing with the Delibird. I'm just going to click Reflect and Light Screen. Uses Fake Out. I mean, stalls 1 turn, I guess. Don't see what else it does. It's a Destiny Bonding Delibird. With Triple Axle, which does absolutely nothing. So I'm probably going to Thunder Wave it. Alright, I will switch into Scolipede. As long as I time it right, we don't have anything to worry about. He misses the Triple Axle. I'm going to Swords Dance. He Mementos, which gets rid of my Swords Dance, but we still got turns to Reflect and Light Screen, so that's fine. Not to mention he gave up his Delibird. So I click Swords Dance again. He Dynamaxes, that's fine. Has the Airstream though, but does not KO. We should still be faster. 180, 176, we're a section higher, so yeah. Now, I kind of want to Dynamax it and click Max Ooze. Because it will be slightly stronger, so we're going to do that. And we do KO, nice. So it's all going to depend on what his last one is. And we see another forfeit. Scolipede just making people forfeit left and right here. The team doing all right so far. I wasn't sure when you do these theme teams how well they're going to do, but I'm glad to see it doing all right so far. Definitely able to show a little bit more of the team in this Battle Stadium singles format. But, well, this is a weird team. I could even see Emolga being a lead if they want to do something weird with the team there. Possibly a Trick Room Gothitelle set with Porygon 2, maybe. A team like this, I'm not entirely sure what I want to bring, though. Still Scolipede, I think. And maybe Golisopod. Starmie's Water Psychic, is it not? Yeah. The only issue is, like, if I bring in, he brings, like, Emolga, Porygon 2, Gothitelle, I don't know what I really do. So maybe Weavile or Crocodile. I'm going to go Weavile. This team is a bit of a weird matchup, I have to say. It's not even like he hits all of us super effective. It's more like neither of us really has anything great for each other. Unless he tries to sweep with Gothitelle. But as long as Scolipede has set up and hits a Mega Horn, we should be fine. Just can't miss that Mega Horn. I don't see Vanillux coming. I mean, it could, but it'd be kind of weird in my opinion. Be a weird matchup against this team. So what does he lead? Leads the Gothitelle, that's fine. I'm going to light screen first, see what he does. Switches to Vanillux. So we know 2 of his Mons already, at least. That's always nice. Now I click Reflect. I'll probably paralyze it just to be safe. Ooh, he's not doing much, but he does get a freeze, which is unfortunate. And I stay frozen. Hits another Blizzard. I thought out this turn, though. Hit the para. Does not get paralyzed, and I go down to Hail. I'm going to go Scolipede here and Sword Stance. If he gets parried here, that's probably the best case scenario for us. Switches to Lopunny, so I get a free Sword Stance. So unless he's like a Sash set, I don't know what he's really going to do. Because we got our speed boost and our attack boost now. Not to mention we know all 3 of his Pokemon. And Scolipede takes care of all 3 of them, I do believe. Dynamaxes, okay. Which means we don't KO. What does he go for? Max Airstream. But we live. And that speed boost doesn't matter. And this works out great because we don't even have to use our Dynamax yet. We can save it for Weavile. If we even need it. Goes the Vanillux, that makes sense. I definitely outspeed it. And he's used his Dynamax, so we KO. Honestly, I don't think I even risk Megahorn. I just click Poison Jab because Weavile can come in with Night Slash if it doesn't KO. And Scolipede sweeps. Scolipede, the poison type, being the MVP here. So that's brought us up to 1139, which is pretty cool. Okay. So Excadrill could be a bring for sure, which will mean I would definitely want to go for Reflect first. On a team like this, I don't know if Scolpide's as good, but it is useful for the Tapu Koko. Scolipede Crocodile might be the bring on this one. Or even Scolipede Golisopod. But the ground type could be really handy, especially being Scarfed. Leads the Mimikyu, that's fine. I'm going to Reflect first, in case he just straight up play roughs. He Swords Dances, that's fine. I'm going to Light Screen as well. Play rough doesn't even KO, which is good, because I'll get Para. I miss. That's unfortunate. Okay, so with the Reflect up, I don't think he can do much to me. So I'm going to Swords Dance. He gets the burn with Will-O-Wisp. Okay. Honestly, I don't know what I can do against that really, other than try to counter it. Because he gets an extra Swords Dance to try and counteract the Reflect. I just click Poison Jab. Gets a defense boost as well. Goes Play Rough, which wasn't a good idea on his part. Because I bet he's got Shadow Claw or Shadow Sneak, and that wouldn't have been resisted. I don't think I Dynamax. I think I actually just Poison Jab. Now he goes Shadow Sneak. Okay. So now we Dynamax Crocodile. We might have just gotten swept by a Mimikyu here, but you know, it is what it is. Just didn't bring the right setup for that. If we brought Caparaja, actually, we would have been in a much better spot. Yeah, we do nowhere near enough. That one is their game. First loss to the team there. Okay, so this team has an Excadrill as well, but I feel like Zoroark, Latias, or Tornadus is probably their lead. Scolipede might not be necessary this game. I think Weavile is really good. And probably Crocodile, because Scarf could be useful for Chandelure and Excadrill. That's the team I'm going to bring here. All right. It took them a bit, but they got their decision. Um, okay, so light screens first. If we can actually paralyze that, it'd be pretty handy too. They go into Excadrill, which is kind of a weird decision to make. They gave me a free turn of screens. Now they taunt me, and I'm going to plan for him to be very offensive here. And I'm just going to Spirit Break. And that somehow brought him to Sash. Oh, it's a Zoroark. Counter Zoroark at that. Well, I go Weavile and click Ice Shard. Preserve my Focus Sash. I can Swords Dance the next turn. We know two of his Mons. Well, actually, we know all three of them. That's right, because Excadrill was one of them. 177, 154. So if we Swords Dance and if he outspeeds, he's Scarfed. Rock Blast. That's an interesting play because it does keep Sash from happening. But with Reflect for when we survived it. And also, if you only hit two of them, that could be pretty rough for you. We're going to click Icicle Crash. He Dynamaxes. We still do half, which is really good. He does KO us with the max Rockfall, but now we can come in with Crocodile. We'll Dynamax as well, and we get Intimidate. Use Max Quake, get a special defense boost in case the Chandelure has Energy Ball, and then we'll KO it with Max Quake. It goes Max Steel Spike for the defense boost. We should still KO. Well, that was lovely. My keyboard desk just fell. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. That's real nice. Awesome. That's lovely to happen midstream. Cool. Well, we are gonna fix that while the next battle loads, hopefully. Okay. I think we got it fixed. I bumped it with my knee and it totally just came down. So, this is an interesting team. Urshifu is immediately a problem. And I don't have a fairy type. So I'm gonna bring Scolipede for that maybe. Or Golisopod could be a neat bring this time actually. And maybe Weavile. A lot of flying types, so Weavile could be pretty good. Okay, so this thing, I'm gonna go light screen right away. Because the cool thing is I can try to hinder this and paralyze it before it ever gets berserk. Make my job a little bit easier. Goes for the taunt. That's fine. I'm gonna Spirit Break. And it goes Nasty Plot, so the Spirit Break's gonna counter that a little bit. And with light screen up, we might Grimsnarl might get its first KO this time. He Dynamaxes, which is interesting. But Airstream does not KO. And we do KO. So Taunt's not up yet, which means we probably won't get a Reflect. It's the Rapid Strikes Urshifu, which means Gleespod could be pretty handy. And he just Surgeon Strikes. That's fine. I have to go Golisopod and try to get first impression damage. We're going to find out what his third mon is here, probably. It could be Landorus. Honestly, this Urshifu is the issue, because Weavile can beat Landorus. But is there a safe way to bring in Weavile? Man, that does so little. Alright, I think I've got a Dynamax here, actually. And click Max Geyser. Oh, he didn't switch. That's surprising. I wonder how much this will do. It's still KOs, so that's good. And that's without Choice Band, so Gleespod being pretty powerful. I just click Max Geyser again, I think, because it's going to be a physical Mimikyu, so. Emergency Exit does come into play. It's interesting to know that that happens even if you Dynamax. But on the bright side, we can break its disguise and come back in with Gleespod and click Aqua Jet. We use Night Slash because it's guaranteed to hit. He cannot one-shot us. Gets a defense boost, but the Drain Punch helps him this time, but it won't really help him on this next turn. We click Icicle Crash to get more damage. He Shadow Sneaks. He can't one-hit KO us. So we click... I think we gotta click Aqua Jet. Make sure to get that priority. It's not a two-shot, unfortunately. Yeah, and that was with Rain, so he gets the win here. Just not quite enough damage. Had we Liquidation, it could have. We could have won maybe, but I still don't know if that would have been enough damage. And then he would have just KO'd us the next turn because he goes first. So, hard to say. Okay, so what do we bring to this one? Crocodile, I think. Skarmory could be a problem. Skarmory could be a big problem. I kind of tempted to bring Caparaja in case they try some weird Ice Cube stuff, but I think Weavile, Scolipede, or Golisopod are all better options. Crocodile's good for the Toxapex and the Excadrill and the Marowak. But I need something that can handle the Skarmory. And I just don't know if Golisopod or Weavile will do better against that thing. I'm going to bring Golisopod. Hopefully I don't regret it. But I have a feeling they bring Skarmory. They do indeed bring Skarmory. We're gonna reflect. They go Toxapex, that's fine. I just light screen too. They go Toxic Spikes. Eh, Thunderwave. And it is paralyzed. Then I go Crocodile. Toxic Spikes will be unfortunate because I didn't bring Scolipede, so there is no avoiding that. I think I have to predict him to go Skarmory. Yeah. Okay, so it was probably Sturdy Set. Okay. So I Darkest Lariat again, I think. He Stealth Rocks. Yeah, I just don't think we have a way around Skarmory, unfortunately. Like, as soon as I saw it, I knew things could get rough here. This team, it's a theme team. It doesn't have a way around this. I Dynamax and click Max Geyser, I guess. See how much we do. The next one will be in rain, so it'll do a little more, but I don't think it'll KO. He goes Toxapex as well. I'm just going to go ahead and forfeit that one. Things are clearly not going to go our way there. I knew Skarmory was going to be a problem there. Kartana's a little more manageable because we do have the close combat on Crocodile. We lead Grimmsnarl. Feel like Rotom or Tornadus is probably lead. Could be Mamoswine, I guess. I think Weavile can be helpful, as can Crocodile. That's our three. Grimmsnarl, Weavile, and Crocodile. Taking a while to load, that's for sure. Looks like he's just taking a while to make a decision on this one. I mean, I don't want to get a timeout victory, but a victory's a victory, I guess. Down to 60 seconds, so. Wow, we're actually going to get the timeout victory. They just totally didn't do anything. That's pretty weird. Okay. So I feel like we battled a team almost exactly like this. Grimmsnarl. Let's see, Scolipede maybe. Weavile actually, and I guess Crocodile. Of course, I know last time we had issues with Mimikyu, so maybe I should have brought Caparaja. I click Reflect. Will-O-Wisps, that's fine. I Light Screen. They're setting up Reflects and stuff of their own. I'm gonna Thunder Wave. I missed the Thunder Wave. I missed the Thunder Wave, Jesus. Curses, that's shocking actually. I'm just gonna Spirit Break, dude. Get a special attack drop on Zapdos, that's something. Goes back to Dragapult. Alright, I get KO'd there, that's fine. Because I'm just gonna go Weavile and click Swords Dance. Actually, I can't click Swords Dance because of Will-O-Wisp, so I click Ice Shard. It doesn't KO. Seriously? And of course he hits Will-O-Wisp when I miss two Thunder Waves. Of course. Just don't even know what to do here, man. That's some really unfortunate stuff. Didn't KO, got Curse Bodied, and then he hits his second Will-O-Wisp when I missed two Thunder Waves. It's pretty unfortunate. Don't even know what his third Pokemon is right now. I click Icicle Crash. That's just... That one's a little annoying, man. A little annoying. I get a flinch. There can take some solace in that, I guess. And then Weavile goes down next turn. I come in, click Rock Slide, and then Dynamax, Max Rockfall now, with the fact that that's a thing. And it's really going to come down to what his last Pokemon is, probably. He Max Airstreams, does a lot of damage. Rockfall does KO at least, but I imagine his last thing is Cinderace can probably take us down. I imagine he doesn't go for a flying move here, but I probably click Rockfall just to be safe. Yeah, Pyro Ball KOs. I don't know, that was a bit of an unfortunate one, just for a few different reasons. I feel like had we hit either of those Thunder Waves, we would have been in a much better spot. Speed control would have been very good to have against that Dragapult, because then I didn't have to click Ice Shard. I could have just clicked Icicle Crash, which probably would have KO'd. And then it never would have gotten burned. It could have handled the Zapdos better, and Crocodile would have been in better shape to try and deal with the Cinderace. Possibly not even having Dynamax, where it could have stayed Scarfed and have been faster. So, unfortunate way for that one to end, but, you know, we continue on. Urshifu's a problem. They're bringing the Fighting Dark one, so I don't know what to really do here. Weavile, I guess, is probably necessary. There's three different things that it wants to deal with. Scolipede could be a bring in case like Dracovish comes. If I can get it set up in time, it might be my best response to Dracovish. So we'll give that one a shot. Which Scolipede can be the answer to a lot of them if it's set up already. It's just making sure it's set up already. Because, I mean, at Sword Stance, a Mega Horn does over half to Landorus, so that's pretty good. I'm curious what decision they'll make here, though. Because, like, the last time I saw a team like this, Moltres Galar led, and Grimmsnarl was actually perfect for handling that. They lead the Moltres Galar. So I just light screen. And then I probably go ahead and Spirit Break. Make sure this thing gets dealt with. Like, it's just safer that way. They Dynamax, okay. We live it. Okay, so it's got a weakness policy as well, so I'm gonna Thunder Wave. It's immune because it's dark. I forgot about that. That part's a bit unfortunate. It's definitely faster. So I have to bring in Weavile and just click Ice Crash. I can't Swords Dance. Dynamaxing it is a pretty big play on their part because the last one didn't do that and it totally messed up for them. I'm seeing now the threat that Dynamaxing this thing can be. Okay, so went down to Sash. That's fine. That doesn't do enough, unfortunately. I mean, he's not Dynamax, so maybe Ice Shard KOs. It does, good. That's what we needed, because we just lost there otherwise. So I wonder what he brings in next. He brings in the Dracovish, which means we probably can't do anything here. I'm going to click Icicle Crash. He is Scarfed for Vicious Ren. I have to... I think I have to Dynamax, unfortunately. Just have any chance here. Vicious Ren only does half that way. And we should outspeed now. But we really don't have the attack boost we need to deal with his third mon. Which I'm guessing will be Landorus. Urshifu, Rapid Strike. I guess I click Max Ooze, but he wins. Yeah, if we had a Swords Dance, we actually won this battle. But because of no Sword Dance, he's going to click the Surging Strikes and get the dub here. Oh, wow, that was a crit and it still didn't KO. Yeah. And then Fire Punch KOs. I mean, Surging Strikes probably got him the win there, but it is what it is. We weren't prepared for Moltres that time. That one was on me. I don't think any luck really came into play there. As a matter of fact, I harmed myself more by clicking Thunder Wave on it when I forgot that Prankster doesn't work on Dark types. I feel like he'd want to bring Rillaboom possibly, just because of Crocodile, and it does good for Weavile. Dude, I don't know how I deal with the Corviknight. I think I bring Scolipede and Golisopod maybe to try and have some way to deal with the Corviknight. That's the best scenario I can come up with. A Rillaboom. I click Reflect. It's not Grassy Surge, which is surprising. It goes Drain Punch. I don't know what kind of Rillaboom set this is, but goes Drain Punch again. I'm gonna Thunder Wave it. They left. Okay. Think they're realizing they can't do anything to this Grimmsnarl? Or maybe they just had to check something. I don't know. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they stayed gone. Weird way to get a win, but the thing is, if they had played that out, I think Corviknight was going to be a huge problem for me. So, this is an interesting one. For one, they've only got 5 Mons. Glacier could be a lead. Weavile is really helpful on a team like this, actually. And then, man, there's a lot of things I actually think Kaparaja can hold its own against here. Hopefully. Okay. So it gets Prankster, but it's not a dark type, so I can still do all my normal stuff. I'm going to light screen first. Glad I did. It's a Life Orb offensive set, so. And then Reflect. And then I probably go Kaparaja. Okay. That's fine. I don't know what he even brings out to deal with Kaparaja, so. Just click Ironhead. Destiny Bond. Wow. That's a shame. Unique bring on their part. Okay, against this thing, I've got a Swords Dance and hope it doesn't have Will-O-Wisp. Icy Wind for speed control. Okay. I'm curious what he's got in the back then. Okay, so I'm at a pretty high attack boost now. So I'm just going to click Max Darkness. And we KO. So we've got screens up still, so we should be able to KO anything he brings in. Oh yeah, we're golden. Even if he Dynamaxes, he can't live this. He's Sash, but actually I'm going to change it to Hail, so he's going to take Hail damage and lose. All right. All right, that brings us to the hour mark, guys, and Twitch is pretty quiet tonight, so we're probably going to call it there. So I am going to call the stream here. To any of you watching on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, share, and subscribe. If you did, we are going to raid, I think Sabian is live right now. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.
my tester.